Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of Craftoria. And today, we are going to be switching gears once again to get into Industrial Foregoing's Pink Slime. And you guys can see there's actually a Raider and a Apotheosis boss out there, and there's a whole bunch of chaos happening around my base right now, but that's okay. Let's get into this. So, first things first, compact machines. I've actually went ahead and I've already set up to where we can auto craft these components that are needed for crafting these machines. We also, of course, need this, which I actually did not auto craft because I kind of forgot about that. But I'm seeing that there's a variety of things here: colossal, nothing; giant, large; normal, small; nothing, tiny. This one, for some reason, requires another star. I'm kind of wanting to take this one. Kind of see what we can actually do with this one. So I also want to make a colossal one, just to see the size difference, because I don't remember the sizes on these, and I'm not really feeling like looking it up. So we're going to set these guys down right here. We're going to hop into this purple one. First things first, I actually do need to grab this personal shrinking device to actually access this. I did forget about that, but we should be golden. So right click. Holy cow, this thing is massive. Okay, and then we go back, and then open this one. And this one is actually a decent size that we could use for our pink slime production. So I just wanted to see. I would assume they get smaller and smaller each tier, but I was just curious because this one didn't have like a name, like a large, giant, colossal. So there's a normal, small, tiny, and this one's just colossal plus, I guess. Like, I mean, honestly, that one's more colossal than this one. Like, this one is colossal. The other one is like tiny. And is this is not even like a chunk. This is how many chunks? That's 9 chunks. So this one's 9 chunks, the other one's 1 chunk. They probably go smaller and smaller with inside each chunk. Okay. Interesting. All right, so we're going to pick these guys up, and we are going to get this going. So I'm going to go grab a spawner of a passive creature. So let's actually see if I have a spawn egg. Sheep. Perfect. Pink slime, which is what we're going to be needing to get, is actually more obtainable through passive mobs more than hostile mobs. Liquid meat, which is another product that you can obtain, is actually the opposite. So hostile, more liquid meat, less pink slime. So we need this for things like the pink slime, and that will give us several other machines that we could look at. This also will give us the ability to make the advanced machine frames, which is kind of where we're needing to head, because that will allow for us to then get the, let me find it here, the fluid laser base, I do believe, which is then going to be put on top of a wither to then get ether gas. So that's kind of the plan for this episode. So let me get a spawner set up, and that way we'll actually be able to get this going. All right, let's get into this here. So I've got 2 mob slaughter factories, which is what we're going to need here. Let's get these faced, because if this guy, which I don't think I've increased the spawn, the spawn range shouldn't be too large, and we can actually just quickly grab a lever and test this. So the spawn range should be inside of this area pretty decently. Me going to spawn. You should be ignoring conditions. You should be ignoring players. Let's grab a soul lantern real quick just to make sure this isn't an issue. Okay, the light was the issue. So this is an issue where they just spawn on here. So we may want to pop this off, put this here, and then cover this with cobblestone to the roof. And then just now toggle it. But yeah, these guys should be no AI and everything, so that way they are going to stand still. Looks like they actually had some movement for some reason there, but that's okay. Yeah, okay, so we should be good. Basically created a box. And then we'll want to grab add-ons and range add-ons. I did forget about those. So, range add-on. What am I thinking? Probably try and go for 4. That might make the most sense for both of these. And then I'll also look at getting the these right here, the normal tier 2, nothing higher than that right now, add-ons. And there are these as well now that do require pink slime. That might be something to look at. This one requires essence. Interesting. This one requires sludge. It's actually kind of cool because sludge is not really used anywhere else. Let's see. Tier 6. That is biofuel. I do like that. They're actually kind of making you do a little bit more work. You can get up to what, 8, 9? 9 times processing speed? Or no, just processing. So basically, you'd skip 9 steps ahead, and this would be 800% increase. Man, the power usage must be insane on that. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so range add-ons have been added, and I'm just going to disable this. You can see that there is 2 blocks missing on each side, but each one of these kind of cover each other, so that is fantastic. And that should be good. So if we actually grab an ender cell, or actually ender gate, right? Not an ender cell. We slap this bad boy down. We should see there is a lack of sheep. We should be able to turn this back on. And once these guys spawn in and get in that radius, we should see now tons of pink slime coming into these machines, which is fantastic. So this thing already has 2,000 millibuckets. So I've actually already started getting some absolute fluid tanks. So we're going to put one here, one here. Same thing for over yonder. Grab 2 of these guys, put one here, put one here. And then we will also grab entangle porters. So 4 of these guys. And actually, we probably need 2 more just in case, but that's okay. And then we're going to grab some pipes. Fluid pipe. And if I can snag up a couple more of these guys. Okay. And then we can set the filter on this. Grab a bucket. And we don't have enough liquid meat to get a bucket. So what we can do is we can whitelist here, blacklist here, and that should work. So now we have liquid meat here, pink slime here. That should be fantastic. So we can do the exact same thing we've just done. And of course, the advanced pipe upgrades, or the ultimate pipe upgrades, not the advanced, may be a little overkill, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to blacklist pink slime, and then whitelist pink slime, and then activate these guys. Perfect. So let's get the rest of this going here. So I've already made a pink slime channel, because that's the one I really care about right now. We'll do liquid meat off camera. It's going to be the exact same, just on a different channel. And we can grab a pipe. Let's just do advanced. I don't think we really need anything more than that. And then we will grab the next entangle porter. Oh, I already have one over here. Kind of forgot. Okay. And we need to move this up, since we can't auto output of these tanks. And we just need to make sure that this is all cleared. Make sure nothing else happens to this one. And then input on the bottom. And that should be perfect. All right, so we're going to get the dissolution chambers automated. We're going to snag up that, and we're going to snag up this ender tank because it has our latex in it. And we are going to put this guy down here, and I think I should be able to rotate this. I'm hoping. Can I rotate with this, maybe? May not like it. Okay, we'll waste the latex here real quick. That's fine. That's the reason I was trying to avoid breaking it, is because the latex would be lost, but latex is not that hard to come back and get again, so not too concerned. But I do need power ran to this. And I think the best option is the gate and some cables, just like how we have right here. I couldn't remember how we powered these machines, but what we could do is actually go and get mechanism, because these are much better than power. And we could use this gate still, but just do that instead. Okay. Should power everything except for you, because apparently you are side-specific. Fantastic. I love side-specific stuff. All right, low tier ender gate. We'll just pop that on the bottom. That should keep that one running. So how are we going to automate this? So the dissolution chamber, of course, is a very fundamental part of industrial foregoing. And I probably should have automated this a long time ago, but I really didn't see a point in it because I don't use it as much as normal. But with latex, we can do a lot of very basic stuff. So, like these add-ons, for example, which actually I do want to automate the add-ons, which means that we probably want to get an extended pattern provider instead of a normal one. We'll wait for that to auto-craft. Okay. I'll put that block back before any Apotheosis boss finds its way down here. And we're going to turn on blocking mode. I don't think that's really a big deal, but we may as well just be safe. So let's go for add-ons for now, right? Let's just do that as like, hey, this is going to be a test. So tier 2, we'll do that. And we're going to get rid of the latex because we're just inputting it through an ender tank. And then we need more patterns. Okay. We also need to make sure we get the crude gears. And then we already know how to craft the glass panes. We actually just don't have a sugar recipe, it didn't look like. So these two can go down here. And then we'll look for our dissolution chamber. Perfect. All right, so that'll be add-on 1 to add-on 2, and then add-on 3. And then we're going to look for the machine frames, which are these right here, the simple machine frame, which I haven't actually even, I don't think I've actually crafted it simple yet. I don't think I have. Maybe I have, and I just don't recall. So let's go furnace or smelter, smelting factory. So we'll put the brick in there, and this goes in here. And then if we were to craft one of these, I forgot to take out the latex. I've just said that we don't need the latex, and I completely missed it. And do we have a different gold gear? We do. So let's actually get that one. And let's make sure that we swap to a better gold gear, one that we can actually craft without needing anything external. I think we have plenty of them, but still. Okay, and then let's also auto-craft this bad boy. And I think we should be good for the simple. And toss this guy back in here. So let's just do simple machine frame. The reason we're doing simple machine frame, by the way, is because you actually need this for the advanced. Just so you're aware. So let's see if this actually functions. So it looks like it's not pushing, so let's do pull. It looks like it's having problems. Okay. We can fix that, I think. What in the world was that? Assembler may... Oh, it's because it looks different. Okay. Let's do an advanced pattern provider. Advanced pattern provider upgrade. Upgrades a normal or extended pattern provider to advanced version. Okay, so let's actually just snag one of those bad boys. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Since we already have the thing. Where did the extended one go? There it is. Okay, that works. Pretty cool. All right, so let's do this. And let's do... Which is the back of this machine? South, it looks like. I'm hoping this will work. I need to edit that pattern. I saw the latex, and I see the latex on this one. Dang it, I was hoping I got these correct. I wonder if this actually will keep the settings, even if I'm just removing stuff. Let me test real quick. So it looks like it changed some of them. Or I missed it. I missed clicking on it or something, maybe. That's... Seems like it may be the option there. Okay, so let's get that enabled. Let's do output, push out the back. And let's see if we can get that working. Simple machine frame. Why are you not showing up? It says it's offline. So I'm going to break it. Maybe because that thing that I did, the actual upgrade, did not function. That's what it looks like it was. Okay. Yep, simple machine frames back listed. So this is cruising. We'll add those in there so it speeds it up a little bit. And it should push out the back. Okay. Just a little bit more complicated than I remember it being. But hey, that is a-okay. I just haven't touched this in a while. So that will be the process we use to set up the exact same thing with the pink slime, by the way. So I'm going to do that one off camera. Get all of the machines and everything that we need to actually get that cruising. And I think we should be golden on getting the ether gas for the reactors. Alrighty. Let's get the ether gas, which I've actually already got one set up here, but we're going to do two because I want to have as much of this as possible. We are going to get this built here, and we will then have this piped into our reactor, and that should be cooling it pretty decently. Let's get the stasis chamber. Now, I haven't talked about the stasis chamber, but this did require advanced machine frames, which is pink slime, and that is one of the many things that we got out of this. So let's go down here. We're going to place down the stasis chamber. So this is a normal kill box, by the way. A 3x3 interior, 7x7 outside, because you've got double insulated walls. In this case, I've got these guys actually right next to each other. So there's 4, and then 3 on the inside, and then 2 here. So that is really nice and really, really good. So let's also get the power. Let's just place that right there. And we're going to make sure to add our add-ons in there. And we just quickly want to go upstairs. If I can get in here. There we go. And we will then jump into the stasis field. So you shouldn't be able to move. You should be able to jump. And when you fly, you'll be able to do anything you need. But that is what we are testing for. So let's get the wither placed down. So 3 skulls, 5 sand, right? Is it 5 sand? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sand. Okay. I can math sometimes. Get this guy placed down, and he will never explode. If he explodes, it means something went wrong, by the way. So we're going to get our fluid laser base placed directly above him, put our purple laser lens in there, and then add our efficiency upgrade. I'm going to grab a handful more of these add-ons because we are going to need them. And let's get this going. So I have, as of current, on this one, 6 per side. and those are spaced out by 1. So this would be how we're placing these. Oop. Not like that. And I am shrunk, so that way I could actually get under these cables and place those easier, by the way. And I didn't feel like unshrinking just yet, because I figured it would still come in handy, and it looks like it has. So what you're looking for on these, by the way, when you place them, they will either have a 404. Let me actually just break and replace this here. So you shall see there's a 404 not found. Once the progress meter goes down, the target will be found, but of course, this case, it's being faced the wrong direction. So now if we face this correctly, you'll see that the target is now this block here. And of course, the white particles is also an indicator. So that is kind of what you're looking for there. And that allows for us to know, hey, this is pushing in energy into the fluid laser base. That will then allow for us to get the actual fluid and everything that we're needing. So the ether gas in this case. All right. So we're going to put a ring of dirt around this, or a building block of some kind, because we're actually going to put these drills just like so. And we're going to go under. And we're going to quickly clear out the dirt. Not that. That was a big oops. Just do that. And I will have to rebuild this real quick. Shouldn't be too difficult. Okay. I think I've actually made it where they are now 1 block. I don't think that should affect anything, but we'll go with it. And it looks like I've actually put these guys closer. How did I do that? Yes, I just put them 1 block closer. That's okay. As long as the target block is actually marked, you know you're fine. The corner blocks also will not work half the time. I know sometimes you may be able to get one to work, but I've never really been successful. But that is 32 laser drills, 32 on this one as well. So in total, we have 64, just divided between 2. So I'm going to get these upgrades in place for each one of these, and that should be fantastic. We also can add upgrades to this. That's not the right thing. This, which is only the efficiency upgrade. Speed and processing don't work. So just so you guys are aware, I kind of just threw it in there and didn't say anything. But that one only accepts 1 upgrade. And if we wanted to, we could probably grab a higher tier efficiency. If I can type. The more Industrial Foregoing add-on. We could look at getting like the tier 3 and maybe the tier 4 and making these a lot more efficient. And I don't think that'd be a terrible idea, but that is something I will probably do later in the line, because that is requiring essence. The tier 3 requires pink slime, so we could do this one, and that is a 30%. So 30%, 40%, 50, 60, 70, 80, and yeah, so we may look at those in the future. We may replace some of these, but we do need a little bit more infrastructure before we're actually able to do something like that. So let me get those placed, and I'll be right back. All right, so I fixed some issues. These were actually kind of off. This one was the one we actually placed just recently. Was placed directly above the guy, like 1 block above. And this one is actually placed 2. So I actually respawned this wither by using a capture creature. Creature capture? Creature capture. Yes, creature capture device from Just Dire Things, and I was able to pick that wither up, which you can see still in here. Just spawn a new one with that laser already above his head, so that way he couldn't go up higher, and that seems to have worked. So just some issues. It's very finicky on if he'll spawn right where you want him unless you have something above his head, and that was just something I quickly went ahead and fixed. So now we've got the ether gas. We are going to get the ender tank set up here, and I don't know what colors we're going to use, but we're going to use colors because we probably need to. Let's just snag some of these, and let's go with cyan, if possible. Let's go cyan on the far right and left. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to fluid pipe from both of these into the center ender tank, and we will then activate this and then grab some pipe upgrades. because we can do some other stuff with this, and I may add another dissolution chamber, but for right now, I don't think I need to. So let's just go /home. And that area is chunk loaded, by the way. So we should actually continuously get some ether gas. And let's go down here. Replace this with this. And I don't know how we're actually going to empty this out, or if we can even. Do we have the gauge dropper? Think we may be able to use this. And then we just shift right click to empty it. Right click, shift right click, shift right click. There we go. And then just shift right click. So shift right click, by the way, just empties the gauge dropper. Okay, there we go. We actually can do a whole lot more. Perfect. So now that is ether gas, and that should cool this down significantly. And I mean, it looks like the power is actually being used, which is good. I also don't really need the ice in here anymore. So, I mean, the power should be peak whenever it starts. It's got to be under 70% before it starts again. Remember that. 116 degrees Celsius, negative 116 degrees Celsius for both of these. So that one's not even draining power just yet. And I may want to look at doing these pipes. Let me toggle. I didn't know that was possible. Whoops. My B. My bad. Okay, I'm going to toggle that. And I'm going to let the power actually drain into this. Oh, and apparently it wasn't even going in here. So I just need to do that. Okay. Need to be specific. And then we're going to knock these out. We're going to put this back in here. That was a whole lot of ether gas and energy wasted. But we're going to use some absolute universal cables, which is from Mechanism Extras, of course. Extract input. Extract input. And be careful not to click the reactor. All right. But that should be golden. And I'm kind of wondering if we could put some coal blocks in here. And see what kind of thing happens. Let's put some in this one, since this one's actually empty. So our temperature is 8 degrees. So I feel like our temperature is still going to rise, because this is 180 plus on the Celsius, and this is only 116 there. But so far, so good. So the real test of this, by the way, which I don't have active, is the sulfur dioxide and all of that being actually upgraded. Because I have not done that, because that's what actually kills our power. So these are only energy upgrades. Now, if I want to attempt this, which I'm going to right now, I'm going to grab 8 speed upgrades. I'm going to try and grab a little bit more. Let me just clear some of this stuff out of my inventory. Get rid of these guys for a second. Okay. And then we'll grab 8 more. And we're just going to put these guys in the machine here. Okay. And we shall see what our power does, because that is one row specifically. We haven't done the other just yet. Actually trying to find... Here we go. So our power is draining. Let's go back here real quick. So it looks like this stuff's not chunk loaded properly. But it is chunk loaded. And this chunk is chunk loaded, I hope. Yes, so this is the chunk-loaded area. So it looks like we're cruising. Our temperature is still 8 degrees Celsius. And that is fuel efficiency. But if we wanted to do production of power, we could add a redstone block instead of the coal. Because I'm not really caring about the uranite being, used. So let's actually just snag a redstone block and toss it in here. Because right now it doesn't even look like it's producing it fast enough. Okay. All right, I am going to let it sit for a little while between this episode and next. I'm going to add more speed upgrades to those machines and the other machines, add the 8 by default, and then we will go from there. If I need to make more reactors, I can. I don't think that'd be a problem, but I also do need to get the uranite over here, which I will just do probably a interface. We have AE2 kind of all around us, so I can do some wireless connectors and shenanigans to get uranite over here and make sure our reactor is actually providing us power. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.